Almost.
And we're live.
There we are.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Punch Stomp-Cast. Elimination Chamber predictions.
That's right.
Or, as they call it in Germany, no escape.
That's right. I saw that too.
Did you see that too?
Yeah. Because it's too close to Holocaust
chambers.
That's one of those like things that totally make sense, but you never thought about.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I get, like, I don't know. Does Elimination Chamber really kind of make you think of a gas chamber just because of the word chamber?
It must just be chamber. Like that word might have got like nixed largely from like German vocabulary, or it just got turned really dark and negative. So if you ever hear chamber, you're like
ditched it. Yeah, well, makes sense.
You got to go hard on that shit, man. After Nazism, you really got to scorch the earth, right?
I don't know. It's a pretty good name too for a pay-per-view.
No escape. Yeah,
I don't mind it. I'm into it.
I guess there is no escape unless you lose, right? There's no getting out of it.
Then they let you out. There's no escape unless you want to be out. Then they'll let you out.
I should put him back in the pod. Just put him back in the pod.
Well, or man, it's do the thing where the pod comes up, so they go back in the pod and it goes back.
Yes. And they like have to they have to stay in there and sell the injuries the rest of the match. You know? Like Braun Strowman gets like 5 finishers and gets eliminated, like will probably happen, and then he's got to go back in the chamber and he'll like get back to full Braun strength in like a minute, right? Because
and then just want to break out.
And he's like, "Oh, I want back in."
Well, that's the thing. If you can break out of the chamber, you're allowed back in the match.
That's right. Fuck. Never mind. Braun's gonna win every chamber if that happens. And then he'll flip the bitch at the end of it.
Oh my god, can you imagine? Just picks it up and leaves.
Man, they have to escalate Braun Strowman flipping things, so it's only a matter of time before he actually does flip a cage off a ring or some shit, you know?
Yeah, they would have to like move everything back though, because that's way too dangerous for fans.
They'll figure it out, man.
I'll figure it out. One day, whenever the fans are super far from the ring, we know Braun's flipping something.
If they ever run like a show like they do in the Tokyo Dome, where like at Wrestle Kingdom and shit, because the fans are like, way, way back, and I don't know why they don't have any ringside seats, but do something like that. You got a lot of room to play with.
Flips the entire ring. That'd be hilarious.
Hey man, flipping the ring. Could you imagine? That'd be on like they'd throw that shit on like the start of Raw, like the video package. Oh god, it was through WWE history. Braun would live on forever.
Live in infamy.
Mortal.
But yeah, like we were saying before the podcast started, kind of a very mediocre card. I mean, but. Yeah. We say that, but then again, how many pay-per-views last year did we see that were going to be shit and they're actually pretty good?
Yeah. It's always down to the guys. And I think it's kind of because it didn't feel, to me at least, like coming up to this, like it was a shitty build or a shitty card, right?
Well, they built up the chambers really well, but everything else kind of just...
That's what it is, right? Like the chamber build was kind of so good, you didn't realize that the rest of it was bad until you looked at the card. Like I've been pretty psyched, like this week I'm like, cool man, Chamber Sunday, like I'm looking forward to it. Like, and then I looked at the card this morning because we're doing the preview show here, collect my thoughts and things like that. And I was like, damn, this is actually pretty weak. I didn't even really think through the non-chamber matches on this card, and like there are non-chamber matches, and even then they're kind of weak. Like Titus Worldwide in the bar, that's fucking weak, man. That's weak sauce.
Well, Woken Matt Hardy against Bray Wyatt, which we already saw on Raw. What was it?
I have like no interest in that.
We already saw it happen.
None. They did. They were running a house show in Vancouver last night, so I think it was a bit of a preview card. My friend was at the show.
Oh, nice.
And Woken Matt did go over on the house show for what it's worth.
I could see it just because of the 50-50 booking style, but I don't know. We'll get into that match.
I got some thoughts on that too.
Apparently, I don't know if it was real or not, but I saw a picture somebody posted. Apparently, WWE's doing buy one get one free Elimination Chamber tickets because the sales are so low.
Holy shit! Even Ronda didn't bump it, eh?
That's what she was on to get a bump.
Shit.
Apparently, that's the only
reason. A bump from that. Wow.
I don't know for real. There's a Twitter picture, so you don't know. You can kind of.
I'm telling you, we were on the money with this whole Ronda might be dead on arrival thing, buddy.
Dude, she might get booed pretty hard, like people are saying.
That might be the best thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because then I have this fear that they're going to like Roman Reigns her and, ruin her to some extent by trying to Roman Reigns her and square peg round hole kind of shit. So if the fans reject her and she can just go kind of rowdy heel Ronda right away,
100%.
All
Play
of
up to
them.
that gimmick, being like, she can easily like shit on them too. But like, while you guys were like wrestling, I was
Yeah.
fighting real women and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna murder you guys.
Ripping their fucking arms out of their sockets and shit. You know, I was the first UFC women's champion, etc.
She like, I mean, obviously she has to play the card of like the only reason women are getting these spots because of her.
That'd
You
be
know
a
what I mean?
great heel move, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, you guys are
Like
only
she
made
started the
eventing
women's
this shit.
revolution, not
Yeah.
even being in WWE. That's
Yeah.
how important she is. Fuck. Like,
Oh yeah.
fuck, that's money, man. That's so money.
Especially
Yeah.
if the women's chamber goes on last, which I don't think it should.
No,
Just in terms of like the men's chambers just has a bigger impact towards Mania.
totally.
But if it did, I could see her being like, the only reason you guys are main eventing this is because of me. Like,
Yeah, I hope so, man. Like that'd be really dope if they do that. Really dope way to bring Ronda in.
But yeah, so let's get into the card here. We'll start with the pre-show added match: Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson against the Miztourage.
What the fuck is that?
Why not the Revival? Like I said, man.
What the fuck is that?
Should have been the Revival.
It's I guess Gallows and Anderson are faces now, so I guess that's a little less weird. But still kind of stupid and pointless and weird.
I'm hoping maybe something happens to where the Miztourage gets taken out so bad they can't do anything in the chamber match.
Are they going to be able to anyway? What would they do?
They'll fucking sneak in and be in the pod with the Miz, man.
That's true.
Like I can easily see that happening. Them coming in the ring and being like, close in. They're like, they're not gonna let him.
Oh, that's true. And then he's like in there and they're like primping him, getting him ready for the match.
Yeah, rubbing his shoulders and shit.
Like a lint brush over his, over his scarf and shit.
I kind of want that now, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I do too. No, wait, isn't Miz in first?
Is it? No.
I think Miz is in first. Like, didn't he lose? And so he gets put in first?
Was it him who had to be put in first?
Mm-hmm.
Elias is last.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Miz.
All right, fuck, I don't remember how they so many.
We'll get there.
Even if it is, they could still maybe.
I think it heightens the chances of them getting involved if, like, because they can just, like, because he'll come out, like, there'll be 3 people starting, so he'll be one of the last 3 out. Mm-hmm. And so they could get involved right off the start. Like, they could, like, rush the cage, and, like, if Miz comes out last and, like, I don't know, feels like Finn and Seth will probably be in there.
That's what it should be. But
so like they could rush in the chamber and try to beat up Finn and Seth and get fucking served and tossed out.
Obviously, yeah.
And then Miz hops in and gets fucking beat for like 5 minutes, like a rented meal, like JR used to say.
Yeah, your classic IC champ.
Yeah,
always just gets fucking jobbed out.
Classic IC heel champ.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess we're getting ahead of ourselves. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson against the Miztourage. Who's winning this one?
Who fucking cares? Probably Gallows and Anderson, because why would the Miztourage win anything ever?
Unless they're going towards like a Balor Club versus Miztourage feud.
That's lame as shit. I hope not.
Yeah.
Last I saw was still Braun Miz, so that Mania. Yeah. So I mean, like, but just like coming out of that, like, I think it's just a filler match. I don't think anything's going to come of it. I bet you it's fine.
Oh yeah, no, it's just a pre-show match. Just get people.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even like Balor Club versus Miztourage, like, I don't even see anything like that coming out of it. Maybe on Raw or something.
Yeah, they'll do like a throwaway match for sure.
6-man on Raw, but I don't know, Gallows and Anderson, because I think Balor Club means more than Miztourage to them right now.
Which, I mean, I love the Miztourage, but I get it.
They don't need to win a match. They can be like fucking what's his name, Kurt Hawkins. And lose for like 2 straight years, and it doesn't do anything. They're jobbers, man. They're always going to be jobbers now.
I love how they're called the Miztourage too. Like their tag team is called the Miztourage. I hope
they come out to his music. They come out to his fucking music, even though he's not there. Like when he went to shoot that movie, they were still coming out to his music.
I kind of hope the Miz ditches them and they still play as the Miztourage.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like they won't give it up. Like, you broke up with me, but I didn't break up with you.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
So into that.
Yeah, but I think Gallows and Anderson in a 5-minute easy walk. I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, same here. Gallows Anderson. Quick match. They get the job done.
Yeah.
How do we want to just go through? Let's go to another tag team here. Sheamus and Cesaro chance for his Titus Worldwide for the titles.
I think Titus Worldwide might win.
I'm having a feeling too, just because they got to mix some stuff up. on the road to WrestleMania, kind of change it up a bit. The Bar keeping the titles.
Yeah.
I don't know where they go from this, but
Exactly.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Well, what I can see is like, you know, the whole thing kind of got derailed when Jason Jordan got hurt, and the Bar weren't really supposed to win him back. So they're not really supposed to be champs right now, right?
Yeah.
Like they probably, at least in the penciled in story, Seth and JJ would still be champs right now. So they would be like a babyface tag champ team, right? So if they want to keep the same structure of just having a babyface tag team champ right now, then I could see Titus Worldwide winning and setting up some kind of like 4-team Mania match.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, multi-man match, Revival, Gallows and Anderson,
exactly.
The Bar.
Like, so if Titus Worldwide wins it, then like the Bar gets their rematch, and then you could have something where like, you know, all the other teams run in and make it a big shit fest and stuff. Like, and then we just have a 4-way done.
Yeah.
It's not kind of bad for Sheamus and Cesaro. Like, I feel like they deserve more than that, but they're still on the card.
Yeah, at the end of the day. And I don't know, you could easily see them just win them back the next night on Raw.
Oh, that too.
Maybe just try to get a pop, but
yeah. I can see like they're pushing Titus kind of hard right now as like a charity guy again too, like we were talking about, you know, lots of little positive stories sneaking out about Titus O'Neil. So they get on these little runs where like Titus is pushed as like a corporate kind of dad character guy who's like really important for them in PR and all that kind of shit. So like they throw him title reigns sometimes, and I wouldn't be surprised.
As long as he doesn't touch Vince McMahon again, he should be fine.
I know, right? But it's like Titus always has a more prominent role doing like PR and visiting schools and shit like that than he should for his placement on the card. So I feel like sometimes they backwrite it to justify him going on these things.
That, and if you give him a belt, he can bring the belt, show the kids.
Exactly.
Yeah, I could see that.
Tag team champion Titus O'Neil. You know?
And maybe, I mean, it could be maybe they're starting to, because wasn't the rumor that Sheamus is only getting this run so before he kind of gets hurt and retires in a sense? Yeah. Maybe they're starting to gear towards more Cesaro's push.
That'd be great, man. Like if Sheamus kind of sees this as like his last prominent Mania, like that would be a good thing, I think. Like no disrespect to Sheamus, I think he's done really well for himself. I'm just kind of bored with him. And I don't really need more Sheamus in my life, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I do not like Sheamus at all, but obviously like respect.
Yeah.
The guy gets it.
Triple H found that dude wrestling in front of 200 people in like Northern Italy or some shit, you know? Like brought him over, and then he was a champ within a year and shit. Like that's an incredible fucking story, man.
Yeah,
so props to Sheamus, but I'm bored.
Yeah,
I'm so bored. And I really want Cesaro to do more.
Yes.
I feel very unfulfilled with Cesaro's arc so far. Like he hasn't even really had like a title program. Never mind even winning the belt, but just being pushed as a main event guy and having like a legit WWE title feud. Like he could do that tomorrow. There's and he's like 35. He's not getting younger. Like
has he ever wrestled for the belt? Like
I don't think so. I was trying to think of it just now as I was talking, and like I can't think of. Maybe he had a couple like one-offs, you know, with like the world champ at the time, but I don't think he's ever had a title match. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, internet. I'm sure you will.
Yeah. No, I don't think so either, man. He's a classic MMA journeyman. Yeah. The UFC guy who you want to see him get the shot, and when he gets it, he wins, and you're like, good for him.
And it's like a ready-made story at like any moment too. Like I've been a fucking workhorse. I've done everything. I've checked all the boxes. I've won literally every title, and I've never even got a shot at the world title. You know, he's been IC champ, US champ, both tags. Like
Andre the Giant Battle Memorial winner, first time ever.
Exactly. So like, he's got something, man. Cesaro always has something to bring. Like, if they feel like they can make fucking Jinder Mahal a goddamn world champion with his lack of connection and promo skills, like, why not Cesaro?
Correction. They did not do that. Jinder did that himself.
That's right. I'm sorry. I did see his very delusional interview the other day as well.
God, that was absurd.
Jinder's the last true heel, buddy.
Oh my god, that guy's fucking delusional. He's Ryback, but in the WWE.
I almost spit coffee on my computer.
So you're saying Titus Worldwide?
I think I'm gonna officially pick Titus Worldwide. Yes.
I don't keep agreeing, but I just think I'm with you, man. I think they're gonna shock us with it.
I feel like if it's ever going to be the time, it's now. And like Apollo. Sorry, I was going to call him Apollo Crews.
That's what I was saying. New name, man. You don't give a guy a new name for nothing.
Exactly, right? And so like, if they were worried about him getting mixed up with the school shooting guy, and they didn't have any plans for him. They just bench him, right? So
Exactly.
go Titus.
Yeah, go Titus. I'm all for that.
Go Apollo, man. I like Apollo Crews. I've always liked Apollo Crews. I think he's got kind of a raw deal.
Was bland,
you know, like just kind of got a raw deal, man. If he had a different NXT run and a different call up and stuff, and they made him a big deal instead of him just like showing up and not being ready, it would have been a whole different thing. Like,
oh yeah,
the guy's a 5-star wrestler, and they're just not. They never used him properly. So give him a shot.
And it's like he's not in. He could probably make 205, right? 205 live.
I could see it. He's pretty short.
Short,
he'd be like 205 Lashley, right?
It's so true. Holy shit, he does look like Bobby Lashley.
Just wreck dudes.
Oh man, now I want to see Bobby Lashley in WWE just to see them tag team.
Totally. I like Bobby Lashley too, man. He always kind of got a raw deal too. I'm glad he got pushed a bit, but they could have done so much more with him. Like, fuck, maybe they will again though. You know, it's coming back.
You never know. Another weird match: Woken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt.
Another who gives a shit.
Like we said, I mean, we saw it already. I got no interest in it. I'm getting sick of their promos. It's just them laughing at each other.
Yep.
And I think Woken Matt Hardy's dead in the water, man. And I
think he probably wins, though.
I think Bray's getting it.
I don't know, man. They don't seem to give a shit about Bray anymore.
I mean, they haven't given a shit about him in a while, but
he was in the title match last year.
And he lost in like 11 minutes.
A year ago, he was winning the goddamn title right at this point in the chamber. Like,
and then they just shafted him right after.
It was such a weird thing because, like, you know, he'd been largely shafted for a couple of years before that when he was pretty hot and could have legitimately been a champ. And then, like, right after he cooled off and people stopped caring, they gave him the belt. And it was like, I wanted to care more than I could because I was a big Bray fan for like a long time, but I just kind of got bored, man. It's like nothing ever really happened. It never went anywhere. He never got the big win. And I kind of got bored. It's like Dolph, you know, I just like longtime supporter got kind of bored, you know, don't really care anymore. It's like, that's what Dolph won the title too. It's like, I kind of didn't care anymore. And then he won the title. It's like, they just have bad timing with some dudes.
I think too, with Bray, I think it's the biggest issue was, never winning the big matches when he should have. So always looking like a chump, but claiming like he's Eater of Worlds, he's like the top guy, but he keeps feuding against guys he loses against. And just not a big enough following. If they would have given him a few more guys in the Wyatt family.
He was crazy hot there, man, for like 6-8 months. Like the Fireflies and the crowd and shit. They just never capitalized. And then he's one of those dudes where like it's a prime example of like the moment doesn't last forever.
Oh god.
You can't just keep putting guys on ice and being like, oh, we'll push him some other time. He's still over. He's over. And people stop being over, man. Like, that shit doesn't last forever.
Yeah, Finn's getting dangerously close to that.
Yeah, no shit, right? But like with Bray, I haven't even heard of a Bray Wyatt Mania match, you know? Like,
it's this match, man.
With what I mean, like that's how far Bray Wyatt's fallen is like people don't even talk about him needing a Mania program right now. You know?
What if
that's kind of fucked up.
Would you be interested in this feud if it was for Brother Nero?
Yes, I would.
That'd be interesting. Like they're trying to pull him to the side.
I think Jeff Hardy might make an appearance in this match because I think he's healthy or close to healthy, and maybe lead to like a Bray and someone versus Hardy's Mania program. I don't know.
I'd rather see them tug of war for Brother Nero.
That'd be fun. I just don't really want to see Matt and Bray again.
No, I get that too.
For like another 6 weeks.
Matt just needs to be compound shit, and
I'm stunned this hasn't ended in a compound match. Like that's such a wasted opportunity.
Maybe they're gonna do that Mania on the big TV.
Can you imagine
they fight their way back to the stadium?
They fucking like have an off-site match at Mania for 20 fucking minutes. Like, oh my god, how awful would that be?
That'd be amazing. I don't care about be there.
And they can play graphics in the ring while the match goes on. You know, like
I'm into it.
That's fucking brutal, man. Brutal. Unless it's like a hardcore title match where like it keeps going throughout the show and we like check in on it, you know, and then it keeps going all around the stadium and then we're like, hey, what's going on with that Bray Wyatt Matt Hardy match? And we go back to it and Bray's like dumping a trash can on his head, you know.
Bray in a live match is the way to go.
Yeah, I do officially say Matt Hardy though because I think Bray's dead in the water too. I think they're both dead in the water to be fair. But I think Matt could use a win more than Bray, and I think they care about Matt more than Bray right now.
But I think if they keep going with this woke and broken thing, I think Matt just keeps losing. I'm going Bray.
Yeah, but like, yeah, whatever, Matt. I largely don't care.
Finally, we split here. This one, obviously, though, we're going to be together. Asuka versus Nia Jax.
Yeah, that's easy.
The only thing I can think of is if like they can't ruin Asuka's streak, but they could. But if they had Ronda interfere.
Yes, that's a weird left-hand turn.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, for sure. Like that would require like Asuka giving up her title match, though. All right. Because she's got a Mania match. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, it's very, very unlikely.
That's like the only thing I could see. I was thinking though, like this kind of bleeds into the women's chamber too, but like Nia Jax is supposed to be Nia Jax Alexa Bliss is supposed to be the Raw like women's title match, right? And I think it's a really weird and interesting choice to have Nia Jax get mowed down by Asuka and then turn around and be the top woman contender on Raw like tomorrow. So like that I can see them pulling something screwy trying to get Nia over to the title match and stuff like that, but they better fucking not. Like
no, they wouldn't. I could see more just
because then Nia gets added to the triple threat. Nia gets added to Asuka's match, whatever it is, if she beats Asuka. So that's not gonna happen. That's not
gonna happen. And I can just see like you just have Nia lose to Asuka, and then you just have like a fucking over the top or like just like a gauntlet match or something. Just have Nia Jax murder every other girl on the roster, and then
she's over like that, and you're good to go. Well, they've spent like the last 3 months making Nia like damn near untouchable and monstrous.
Dude, they do it, and then they have her lose to it like a top girl, and then they just build her back up again. And like she never lost.
She's kind of like Kane, you know.
She can just like lose, and then build
she's always intimidating. Can always make somebody else look good, you know, and still lose and not really lose any shine, you know.
Yeah, no,
a bad spot though.
You don't want it, but at the end of the day, like you're a company person, so you're there forever. You're making top.
She's gonna have a job for 10 years, man. Like I wouldn't worry about it. Like, but yeah, she's going down hard. She might tap.
It's good. Well, she's tapped many times before.
She might. I think it'll be like roundhouse to the face finish, but
maybe it's gonna be a longer match.
I think so. I think it'll be good
because they've been doing that.
Like her and Asuka have matched up a couple times, and it's always been pretty good. Like
any match where Nia kind of like is a dominant force, and then that person has to chop her down. Like Bayley had a great match with her. Sasha always has great matches with her. It'll be a great match.
Yeah, I love that Bayley Nia match in NXT. That's probably my favorite Nia match ever. One of my favorite Bayley matches too. Actually.
Caught me off guard that they had her beat Nia that quick, but it was Bayley. So
yeah, Bayley was on that mega push, man. That was dope.
Should we want to just kind of? Do you want to give any thoughts on Ronda? Because she's doing the contract signing.
I don't know. I think it'll end up being pretty straightforward.
I saw a rumor that The Rock might be there to promote the tag team match.
If The Rock's there, then I mean that's a game changer.
If he's there to help tag team with her for Mania,
game changer, man.
Oh yeah,
absolute game changer.
That completely flips the crowd right there.
Where'd you see that?
I'll be honest. I just saw a thumbnail for What Culture. We're talking about rumors for Chamber, and I saw Triple H and The Rock in the thumbnail, and I started watching the video and I got annoyed. So
hey, internet rumors are where they are. Not discounting. I'm just wondering.
Oh, I completely made that one up. I'm going off the thumbnail.
Hey man, now you're a true wrestling journalist.
But I can see
that would
be that match.
Be fucking incredible. I think I would have a tough time buying that they wouldn't promote a Rock appearance. But they do like to do the whole surprise thing. They did the same thing with Ronda. I had the same exact reaction to Ronda coming out. Like I was stunned they didn't pre-promote her coming to the Rumble.
Question though, when's the last time you remember them promoting The Rock appearing on a show, dude? He usually always shows up.
Yeah, that's true.
He likes to just pop in.
It's true. I like that too, man. I hate when they overkill stuff like that. Like
that's definitely him.
I want you to make me feel like I have to watch Raw, you know? Like so if The Rock just randomly shows up on a Raw in the middle of February, that makes me feel like I have to watch Raw to experience that moment and not just read it on a fucking internet post or some shit, you know?
Oh man, how many times I've popped when like, you hear that and you're just like, you hear the music and you're like, holy shit, I'm so glad I was watching.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking sick.
Yeah, like when Shane McMahon came back and then Here Comes the Money hit, I was like, oh fuck, I like levitated. you know?
Yeah, same.
So,
Mine was the biggest one was WrestleMania 30 when Hogan came out, and I was just like, and then all of a sudden Austin's the kid, and I'm like, oh shit, and The Rock's, I'm like, what? It's
but it
amazing.
all was happening, baby.
Yeah,
No, I live for moments like that, man. That's why I watch. Like, I think
exactly,
that's why we all watch, isn't it? Like to feel like a goddamn kid again, even
exactly.
momentarily. So, like, yeah, give me more of that.
Hopefully it happens. It'd be dope. Which one do we want to hit first, the women or the men's chamber?
Women.
Women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like I'm not exactly sure what it all hinges on Mania, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
And depending on what they want to do, like I had read this whole time it was Alexa Nia, which I'm not a big fan of. I don't really think that's money match at all. Because we've seen it. It's kind of lukewarm. They should have done it 3 months ago, 4 months ago, 6 months ago. It feels boring, man. Like, they didn't work it out properly, the build properly to that match at all. So I understand why they'd want to do it because they want to push Nia and all this kind of stuff. I just think it's going to be crap and it's going to get put on the pre-show and it's just going to suck for like the women's title. So this is one of those, like, I think one thing's going to happen, but I hope something else happens kind of matches where like, I think Alexa Bliss is probably going to retain and it'll be her and Nia. But what I hope is that Sasha Banks wins and it's her and Bayley.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Or if either one of them wins, right? Bayley wins and it's
yeah, for sure. It might even be better if Bayley wins because then Sasha could be all like jelly and go crazy jealous heel on her because they've been planting these Bayley Sasha seeds for like a month now, quite well, I think.
Yeah.
And I just really hope it doesn't just go to waste. Like they, like they just kind of forget that they were building this low level feud with Sasha and Bayley, and then they just end up in some kind of women's Andre battle royale or some shit.
Oh God,
like the Medusa battle royale or some bullshit like that. So like I really hope it's Sasha Bayley because like they've totally put in their time and deserve more of a spotlight.
I like that. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. So like I hope so. Like I like Alexa a lot. I think she's had a great run, but I'm kind of bored with her as champ. I don't feel like Nia dethroning her is like a moment. Like who gives a shit, man?
That's the thing. Seriously. Yeah, she it would have to be like Alexa like overcomes Nia for it to matter at all.
Well, I'm a little worried because they seem to start turning Alexa face on Raw there.
Well, I think she's just. It's like I think she's just trying to play everybody, but
yeah. But if they do turn her face, then it makes sense because Nia's a heel and blah blah blah. So like, I have a strong feeling it's still going to be Alexa Nia, but I just kind of hope it's not because it feels fucking stupid.
It doesn't feel like a Mania match for sure.
It's like a Raw match, man.
Yeah. So I could see it. I could see either Alexa wins, Nia loses that Asuka match, and then they do like a multi-women match at Mania because it's like we don't have a number one contender.
Yeah.
But I'm completely down for. I'd love to see Bayley turn heel and win, like the Sammy KO situation. I think it'd be better if they flipped it.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm down with you.
Even she could just be a little heelish, She could just a bit, just like.
She's like Sammy. She just has to. She comes out the same, but it's just annoying than it is like happy.
Yeah, and she screws over Sasha too. Like she has to screw over Sasha.
Oh, that's what it would be. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, Bayley, man, I'll take Bayley.
Fuck.
I'll take Bayley.
You're taking Bayley? I was gonna go. I'll go Sasha. It's gonna be one or the other.
Yeah. That's my hope pick, and I'll make my hope pick my official pick. even though I'm like 80% sure it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but I can see like she doesn't defend her belt. That's the thing. She's the Nikki Bella of that belt, man. That's a big issue they have nowadays, man. They never have those champions defend belts.
Exactly. There's so many better programs that they could run rather than Alexa anything right now, honestly. I really like Alexa and she's grown a lot and she's had a really impressive run and I love her character and everything. Doesn't feel like her time right now, man. Feels like she's stale and I don't even care enough to see her get dethroned,
it's
like she hasn't been made that much of a big deal, despite like I read some stat that like there hasn't been a women's title match on the main that Alexa hasn't been in since she's been on the main. Like she's basically been in every single SmackDown women's title match since she got brought up, and then since she moved over, every Raw women's title match she's been in some way, like as a challenger or in a 5-way or whatever the fuck. She's in all of them. So like, that's a crazy run for like a 5 foot nothing. Couldn't get over in NXT.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
WWE trained female performer.
Yeah, I think she just needs some time away from the title to kind of like get that groove back, at that momentum going again. Because she
basically traded her for Charlotte, you know, on like, because she was like SmackDown's top woman and then became Raw's top woman. Charlotte went over. I thought that was batshit. Like, like you're basically like, that's a lot of confidence, man, to ship off Charlotte fucking Flair and replace her with Alexa Bliss as your top female on your top show. That's wow. But I've had enough for sure.
Yeah, I agree. And like you said, man, love Alexa, but I think she needs some time away from the belt.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately means 6 women matches, but as long as you can just build her back up.
Totally.
Get the momentum back.
I could see us headed towards a multi-mania with the Raw women.
Like, what are your thoughts on possibly Nikki? Is any thought of Nikki Bella coming back?
I don't know, for Mania? Like, what would it even be for?
For the belt.
Oh, fuck that shit. Like,
I have a theory that it's going to be her for the belt. Want to know why?
Ick. Yes, go.
So I might work at a particular toy store, and we got some new toys in the other day that was kind of like a dollhouse, but for women's wrestlers. So it was like an entrance and shit. And in it, you get a Nikki Bella doll and a Raw women's title. And on it, she's holding the title. So I don't want to say I'm speculating here, but
Nikki Bella's a pretty good little rumor, man.
Getting that Raw belt.
You gotta take a picture of that next time you see that shit.
Yeah, I thought about it, and then I just
put it up on KPS as breaking news.
Yeah, I'll do that.
But that's actually a really good point. So, like, I guess she would probably come back as like a conquering face to take out Alexa, the dastardly heel. Is that how that would work?
I think they would think she's coming back as a conquering face, but obviously she probably wouldn't get that reaction. But because she's John Cena's wife, they're going to do it anyways. And they'll play the card where it's like, Nikki Bella, like, everybody has a strong reaction. They either love her or hate her, but she always gets a reaction. She's like, no, John Cena at all. But they'll play that off.
Of course they will. Well, if that's true, then Alexa's odds are probably pretty high, but I'm going to stick with Bayley.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Sasha too. Yeah. I'm not going to go off a toy.
It's a stronger rumor than anything else.
Yeah, it's true. So the main event, we never actually said who was in these matches.
People know.
We'll run this one off though, just for the fun of it.
Go for it.
Men's chamber match: Braun Strowman versus Elias versus Finn Balor versus John Cena versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins versus The Miz. First ever 7-man elimination chamber match.
Cool. It's a good idea, man. Happy they got Seth in there.
Yeah, I kind of wish it was 2 in 1 pod, but I'm cool with the triple threat start.
I know, we were hoping. People could hug in there.
Yeah, it would have been fun. They could have pushed each other.
Put Seth and Roman in the same pod.
Or just Braun and Finn and just have them like eat Finn.
He would eat Finn. Looks like a guy who ate Finn Balor.
Oh
yeah. Yeah. So does it say there if Miz is starting?
No, it doesn't have. I bet you I can probably find it pretty quickly.
Because I think like I think this is more like, I don't know. It's one of the most
yeah. So sorry, go ahead.
No, go. I was just filling space till you got.
Yeah, Cena defeated The Miz in a match where the loser had to enter the chamber first.
There you go. So Miz is probably starting. Elias is last. I bet you Braun's like second last. Just because it's no fun if he's out early, because he'll just fucking wreck everyone.
Yeah.
And then you'll have to have these like team up, kill Braun for 5-minute spots, and then
boring.
The match will go back, and then Braun will kill everyone again, and back and forth like that. So you can kind of tell how it's going to go. It feels obvious, like it feels like Roman, obviously.
Yeah.
But I have some hesitation.
I've been telling you, man, and you weren't believing me, but I was telling you.
This has absolutely nothing to do with anything except for the steroid allegations.
That's what I said.
Yeah. Like I was been thinking about Roman as the steroid thing, and these guys that are making this documentary, man, they're saying a lot of shit. Like, really libelous shit, like shit that you would get sued for in a fucking heartbeat by a giant corporation if it wasn't true. So, or at least didn't have a grain of truth, or like if it was total utter bullshit, WWE would have like had their lawyers shut that thing down weeks ago. And this guy's just on his Insta talking shit, putting up pictures and videos and stuff, and like, I'm stunned that they're just doing this and nobody's stopping them. And the reason no one's stopping them is because they fucking can't.
Yeah, it seems like it's probably real.
I think that this thing is like actually a big deal now. And I think that they might pull a swap here, man. Like, if Vince has any inkling that his new Superman is going to be killed by a steroid scandal, I mean, like, how would you ever put that dude in Mania with that hanging over his head?
The only thing is, like, if you play off the whole Brock Lesnar thing, I mean, Brock Lesnar got caught for steroids and then main evented regardless.
Brock Lesnar is Brock Lesnar.
I know, but still, like,
I mean, just like
Roman Reigns' main event of the last 4 WrestleManias.
I feel like Brock Lesnar is different than anybody else. Like, I think like being a UFC guy and being that big and being that kind of special, people don't care as much. Like, he's more legit than Roman,
He actually shows us under what kind of muscles he has, where Roman hides it. Yeah. Show us those muscles, Roman.
Like, Roman, why do you need steroids, man? You're wearing a fucking flak jacket. Like, all Roman had to do was take care of his glam muscles. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. All he had to do was work out his glam muscles right here. That's it, man. And still seemingly couldn't pull that off. And I don't want to get libelous here. So, with a rider of like, I'm waiting to see how these allegations play out in the court of public opinion. But at this point, like, sitting where I'm sitting, seeing what everybody said and seeing the total lack of action from WWE's perspective on their golden child, like, how do you not protect your golden child like that, man? You just let him swing in the breeze with these allegations hanging out there. So that being said, I think that tomorrow we'll really get the answer as to whether this steroid thing's real or not.
Yeah.
Because if Roman wins, then they don't have any worries. They don't think it's real. They're not even,
they're good to go.
Like, their approach would be like, we don't think this is even a big enough deal to pay lawyers' fees to squash, right? But if Roman doesn't win, baby, oof, we are off to the races.
Or imagine he fucking loses first. He's eliminated like in the first 5 minutes.
Oh, then you know.
Oh,
then
you know
1,000% that that's real, man. And he's dead, and the last 3 years have been a waste. And for the record, I don't want any of that to be true. I don't want any of this last 3 years, all this Roman time to be a waste. Like, I don't want to see him just run out. Although I think he would have a really hilarious indie career as the most hated guy in the building anywhere he goes.
He would draw big. I think he would draw pretty big, but I don't think they would fire him. I think it was just him. Was he not just taking steroids?
Taking steroids with evading drug tests.
Okay, I think enough guys like steroids are pretty prominent in the wrestling world.
Yeah, but they're really like cautious about that after Eddie.
Cautious.
I don't know, man. Like,
not many people still get popped though. I'm pretty sure quite a few guys already got popped.
I agree. I just the allegations are kind of like there's also like 15 other WWE wrestlers who were like a part of this, and if it comes out that Roman was some kind of like contact man,
if he was giving other people steroids, that's a different story.
That's exactly what Vince went on trial for in the 80s.
Yeah, that's like jail time, right?
So like Vince, that's the thing I think with like steroid distribution. If you start to get into like steroid distribution and murkiness with that, like Vince is going to run away from that like nuclear waste, because that almost collapsed the company in the 80s.
Yeah, you can go to jail for that.
Yeah. But like he got charged with steroid distribution and he had a trial in the 80s, right?
Yeah, I just saw a video on that, and Hogan told him he had nothing.
Like, that almost destroyed the company.
Wow.
So there's no way he's going to get within spitting distance of anything close to something like that ever again. True. Especially with the top guy. Like, I think even if it was someone like fucking Zack Ryder distributing steroids or some shit, they would throw him to the wolves, man. Like, they don't want part of any of that shit. Like, they'll release guys for steroids and concussions, like Angle. Like, they probably didn't want to release Angle, but his drug tests and his fucking health and all that shit, like, you're a publicly traded company. You can't just keep a big time steroid dude on your roster like that. You know?
Do you think
If true.
Yeah. Do you think the reason we got 7-man in this chamber is because one might be dropping out? Think they're gonna cut Roman right before? Know what I mean? Like
Holy
Roman's
shit.
like, oh, Roman suspended, not in the
Oh
chamber.
man, if he gets like suspended out of the match, oh baby, I like start the clock because he's just gonna get cut. Like honestly,
I think he'd get like a like a 60-day would be his next one because he already got a 30-day.
yeah. But I mean,
I don't see them
that's
firing
just as a
him
practical
unless,
matter.
yeah, I don't see them firing him unless there really is like he was distributing it and all that shit. Other than that, I think if he just took steroids,
Yeah,
I think he just gets suspended. But we don't know.
I think if he's like actively evading tests too, like you get into some like there's like the big Russian doping scandal right now, where like they got banned from the Olympics because of
Not really though.
evading drug tests on a systematic level.
They got they didn't get banned. They got to compete for the Olympics.
Whatever, you know what I'm saying.
But I know that's just so dumb.
Like it was a whole program of like doping and concealing doping in a systematic way. So like if Roman Reigns is doping and concealing doping and helping others conceal doping in a systematic way, like that's a big fucking problem.
If that's the thing, if he's helping others, if he's distributing them and shit like that, that's a totally different story. But if he's just taking roids from this guy,
yeah,
that's just taking roids.
It depends too, like how long was he doing it? Was it like 3 years? Was it through his like whole run? Was he being reckless and taking steroids and receiving steroids in the mail and stuff like that?
There's a lot to it.
That's a lot of shit too, man. Like across state lines, shipping shit through the mail across state lines, like that's reckless as fuck. Like leaving all like the other stuff aside, like it's really reckless for the top guy in the company to be taking risks like that. Like so. I really hope it's not true, but we'll know.
Yeah, neither do I. You never want that either. Yeah.
And like, I feel like it has dominated this discussion more so than any storyline thing because I think it's more important than any storyline thing they've been pulling. Like that's why. Like I had this feeling like that's why Seth was in there for an hour 10.
Yeah. So I guess we can go to the pick then. Do you think Seth's going to win?
I think if it's not Roman, it's Seth.
I think either Seth or Finn. I think they give Finn the match that he was supposed to get.
Yeah.
And they build him up big time.
Yeah.
Maybe have him beat Braun at one point.
Yeah.
Which would be huge.
I could see it. I think Seth more because Seth's more ready. I think.
And I could see Seth beating Braun more than I could see Finn. He's a little bit bigger. Finn's still pretty tiny.
It would be a really awesome David versus Goliath story. It struck me as very odd to have Seth go over Roman and Cena clean and look like a fucking superhero for doing it for no reason, Yeah,
I mean, I could see a lot, man. I could even see them just saying, well, then again, I guess if they're going Cena Taker, no, but I could see them going Cena Lesnar. That's a massive match. You know what I mean? Like we've seen it 3 times already, but I
think you do that at SummerSlam.
For sure. You could do it, but I'm saying like if Roman's out and they need to just pull the trigger on something, that's going to sell tickets.
It would.
As much as as much as everybody would say they don't want to see it.
Yeah.
You would pay to see it.
I think it would be. I'm trying to think if it would be more than Seth. It probably would.
I think it would just because you're going for those casual fans for Mania, right?
Yeah, that's
and
true.
If they see Cena Lesnar, that's going to be a bigger bigger deal than Seth Rollins Lesnar. Even though I would love to see that because when Seth Rollins had his match against Lesnar before Taker came out, like he was doing great. It's going to be like AJ Styles, man. Like
well, Seth and Cena and Lesnar had that super dope triple threat.
That's 2
years ago or whatever, right? And that would be the kind of match I'd hope to see, like Seth versus Brock. Seth has to turn into a crazy high flyer to even compete, chop down the tree and stuff like that.
It's the AJ CM Punk, like smaller guy taking on Brock, which as long as Brock's willing, man, which I think we've seen with that AJ match, if he respects Seth that much, which I hope he would.
I mean, that proofs in the pudding kind of thing, right? Like you'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's not Roman, it almost has to be Seth. I would like Finn, but I don't think Finn's strong enough right now at all. Like when Finn won the Universal title was probably his like strongest, and even then, man, I feel like Lesnar or kayfabe would have just eaten him for fucking breakfast.
And the whole idea of like Seth wanting to be Mr. Monday Night Raw, and people were chanting "Burn it down" during his match. Like I think
over,
Seth.
Yeah. He's really over.
Yeah, I'm going Seth. Fuck it.
I'll take Seth too.
You got Seth too? Ooh.
Yeah. I just got a feeling, man. I got a feeling this Roman thing is fucking real as shit. I just got a feeling. I don't know. I like I said, I fucking hope not. I hope not. And if this whole thing's some kind of like big meta swerve, or it could just be blackmail, like
it could be.
Like these guys are trying to like. I think I was saying that to you the other day. We're chatting on Facebook or whatever. Like, if you're gonna blackmail someone, what's the best time?
Dude, Doc, yeah.
Right before they're about to have their career crowning achievement,
Yeah, totally.
So, like, if that's what it is, that's what it is too. But man, we'll see tomorrow. We'll fucking see tomorrow. I think Braun's gonna look great too. Braun will have a great showing, but he will never win.
Ooh, I got an idea of what might happen. I think it'd be cool if this happened. So, like you said, Braun comes out second last.
Mm.
And I think everybody just attacks him and they just start throwing him through every chamber.
Yeah.
Then they get to Elias's chamber and they do it and it knocks Elias out. So he can't go into the match right away, right?
I like that.
Because that happened the one time where Mark Henry couldn't leave.
Yeah.
Because his chamber door broke, but he was just like, do I come in the match? So I think you take Elias out with them and then Elias gets like a sneaky roll-up pin when you don't expect it.
I'd like that.
That'd be hilarious.
I'd really like that.
Although it'd be super dangerous, that'd still be pretty cool.
Well, him and Braun have like a little tiny mini feud going here right now. So, I mean, that would be okay.
I just
Elias
think
rolling up Cena too.
That'd be dope.
It'd be funny if Elias eliminates like 3 of these motherfuckers,
I would be super into that, man. Fuck it, just go for it. Fuck it. If you're gonna start pushing them, Just go for it.
Yeah, man, do it right. Don't half-ass it. Like, if you're gonna I don't mind Elias at all. He's a great fucking heel. Actually, a true heel, unlike Jinder Mahal. And like, I think he's been doing great, and I think he deserves a push. So if you're gonna do it right.
Yeah, I think his in-ring skills are a little but I mean, you can always work on that.
You
can easily work on that. The Miz was like that, man, and the Miz fucking blew up. So
Miz is great. I think Miz is going to get totally punked out in this match, real hard.
I really hope not. I really hope he's the second last guy.
Well, I think like
IC champ, man, like build him up as a potential champion.
Well, if him and Braun are going to have that IC title, then maybe he takes out Braun. Maybe he hits like the last finisher in a chorus of finishers. And he wouldn't it be a great push for, even like that's how big Braun is right now. If Miz hits his finisher on Braun and pins him, that's huge.
Oh, yeah. Well, they kind of teased it, right? He already hit the finisher once.
That's what I mean. I think that might have been smart, right?
I think it would be hilarious if like Cena AA's Braun and the Miz throws Cena out of the ring and pins Braun.
Yeah.
Just to take it. Like, I beat him.
He takes the pin on a fucking AA. Like, of course he fucking does, right?
Well, yeah.
I hope there's like a super triple pod, top of the pod AA. Because
God, no, you'd go through the ring, man. Jesus Christ.
Cena seems to need to use the super AA like every time now to beat people. So
get a new move, Cena. Fucking idiot.
Fuck that, man. Hope Phil drops a leg.
Yeah, true, but
all the way through, dude's just dropping a leg, killing guys, killing legends with leg drops.
Not The Rock though.
Oh, that's true. Didn't Rock sell that leg drop like he was dead?
He always like his body like go up to.
Yes, he like bounced himself off the mat. Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, that was.
I think it'll be fun. Like, I think men's and women's chamber will be pretty fun. I am very excited to see women's chamber, just like first women's everything.
Like we were saying too, they're building up as like 2 people per like there's teams.
Yeah.
Throughout the chamber, so it'd be kind of cool how that dynamic plays. 2 on 1 and then coming together. It's almost like a war game type situation.
Yeah, for sure. And like things will break down, and yeah, like this team thing seems ready made for Bailey, Sasha, ripping in half.
I really hope one of them just murders the other one.
Yeah, I think they've added a good amount of intrigue to it too. Like, I don't think like the Raw women's title scene going into Mania is awesome at all, but it can be.
It can be.
And this match was a pretty good build.
Do you think? Quick question before we call her a night, call her a day, I should say. Afternoon. Do you think Paige was supposed to get the title shot if she never got hurt?
Probably. Yeah, I think Paige would already be champ right now.
Oh yeah, true.
I think she would have come back hot.
You could have had the Asuka Paige match at Mania. Yeah.
Like, used Absolution to basically get her the title back and been like, "This is my house," and that thing forward. I would have been super cool with that. I fucking love Paige, man. I'm so sad that she had to retire. She's a great character. Really good.
Not yet. Not yet. She hasn't fully retired yet.
Oh, she's done. She's done. Everybody says she's done. I've seen no glimmer of hope on that, aside from, oh, we'll wait a year and see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, it's a damn shame, man. Goddamn shame.
But yeah, it's sad to end on a page note, but
I don't know. It's gonna be a good show. Yeah. It's like it looked entirely predictable like a few weeks ago, and now it feels a little more unpredictable, which is fun. Like that men's chamber match would have been so bland and lame, honestly, without this steroid story. So I'm kind of glad that it's got mixed up a bit, man. Yeah. Like this is a dead set Roman win, like on paper. You know, like I don't see any way around without the steroid thing. I don't see any way around it at all. Like it would be so clear, and I don't know if it's that clear. Maybe end on the women. Like that might be more fun.
Yeah, but I mean, like, unless the only way you end on the women is if Ronda interferes or Sasha or Bayley turns on one another.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you'd have to do something pretty big, or else it's just Alexa Bliss wins.
I'll take it one step further. I'll give you the closing shot of Elimination Chamber that we'll probably see this Sunday, which is Roman on the corner, pointing at the sign.
Except you can't see it because the chamber's in the way, and everybody's like, "Roman, you idiot!"
He'll look as awkward as Ronda, but he'll point at that bitch. Guarantee you.
Well, he's not going to point. He's going to do.
And then he'll do this, and then he'll point. Come on, man. We got practice in this. This will be his 4th Mania main event in a row. He knows how to point at that sign.
It's true.
He knows what he's doing.
It's true.
I still think Roman's probably going to win, but
hey, man, kid can dream.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a better note to end on. Dreams.
It is. See? Saved it. I was like, no, we're not ending on sad shit. Fuck that.
But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching, everybody.
Enjoy the chamber.
Enjoy the chamber. We'll hit a reaction with it probably maybe Monday.
Yeah.
Midday. But yeah, other than that, as always, follow us. We're up to we're over. I think we're at almost 210 now. We got a few. Yeah.
We were over 200 the other day. Shouts to I forget. It's on the Twitter.
I think it's like IHY Wrestling or something like that. But yeah, you give him a shout out.
Apparently, it's been around since 2005, which is easy.
But yeah, and then always like, share, subscribe on YouTube, and help us get to double digits views on these things again. The Kick Punch Brunch or Kick Punch Lunch got to 9.
That's right, baby. It's all the name. Punch, lunch, and brunch.
But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching, people.
Yeah. See you again soon. Enjoy the chamber. KPS.
KPS.